Okay, welcome to episode 26 of my 248k mod on a ribbon with a terrible grid and a 10 times tick multiplier. Yeah, handcrafting a bunch of stuff because I needed a bunch of stuff. That's how it works. Now we got to plug in the purple science. Last time we kind of put this thing mostly good. I think some of the setup changed in between episodes when I thought about how many things I wanted, and this spaghetti appeared between episodes as well. Sure, we'll get to that in a bit. The first thing we have to do is actually wire all of these train stations up, because this train here is actually the only train that's delivering iron to any station that needs iron in the base, and is currently stuck at this station because the station is not disabled by this combinator because these things are full. So we've got to get, yeah, this is one of the things I was handcrafting. So we're going to wire this up, check that this is on iron plate. It is enable disable iron plate less than, I don't know, 1600. Sure. So this train station is now disabled, which means this train won't come back here until it needs iron again. So the other stations that need iron can get it, and then we need to do this. I think the steel train is the same. Yeah, it's just like we've moved all of the steel from the steel buffer to this buffer, but that's fine. We're just gonna have this guy turn off if this steel is also less than, let's also say, I mean, I haven't really thought about how much that is. 1,600 across 6 chests is not really that much, is it? Maybe that's not too much. Maybe this is going to be empty for a while before. We'll worry about these limits later, I think. And check that this is, yeah, this is steel. This is titanium. This is the titanium train station that needs to be requesting if titanium is less than. Oh wait, this was a different one, wasn't it? Because I realized that titanium only stacks to 50. I don't remember at what point I realized that, but titanium only stacks to 50, so this thing probably doesn't want to be as much, and also I don't need as much of it for the red science, so that limit can probably be smaller. So all of these three... Why are you not disabled? Oh, because I still don't have very much titanium. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so disabled, that's fine. Run across the tracks. Yeah, I think I have more of these than I need, and we're also just going to pivot the rest into the logistics supply as a way of making beacons and stuff. And then this guy is the same. This guy is not actually being disabled. Is the combinator even? The combinator is delivering the right stuff. 6,000. Yeah, these guys are also kind of full, so this can be disabled until fibreglass is less than, I don't know, 1,000. Who knows? Anyway, you can go back to this station, and you will just wait there and fill up until I need more fiberglass. So that's kind of the plan there. This one is... Well, this one is not out there. This one is still on the setup for the other side, which is where it was... Like, I copied it from a trash station where I had to sum over both the iron and copper parts. So this is now... Yeah, so this is now properly disabled, so the red chips train won't visit here. This is the green chips train. Is it the green chips train? It is not yet set up to be the green chips train, so let's set all of that up as well. Please greens, the thing, turn this off if I've got less than... Yeah, sure. This is, I mean, what number did I even use for these? Also the same number. Okay, fine. Yeah, the next thing I've got to do is, there were some trains that didn't have fuel, and they still don't have fuel. So we kind of need to go and do that. The first one was the titanium train, which is down here, isn't it? The titanium train is down here somewhere. And yeah, the titanium train didn't have fuel, the green chips train didn't have fuel. Both of those needed both the fuel plan, which they're not going to get right now, but also at least some kind of fuel, so they can bring the things they have to the red science. Purple science, and yeah, that train will leave there for a moment. So yeah, this train here does not have fuel. It should have some fuel. Let's give it some amount of that fuel and some amount of this fuel. I don't know, whatever. Yeah. Then I think because I think because these are only stacked to 50, I think I want to completely unlimit. Yeah, completely unlimit all of these titanium chests. And also I think that's going to be a good thing to do for reasons of stone management we'll talk about later. Yeah, so this is summing over titanium. This is if titanium is more than 3.8k. Is this train actually, this cargo contains 3... Okay, sure, whatever. Let's set up a titanium schedule. Have titanium to please titanium, uh, empty cargo, full cargo at the loading station, and also time past 10 seconds, because I think this is going to be where a fuel plant happens. Not yet. You can just just go and do that for the moment, and that's going to the train station we want, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, the thing that struck me about these stations in particular is that mysterious energy crystals can also be used as a fuel source. So I think I can just, in a fairly cheeky way, just kind of go mleh, mleh. That's not the right place. There? Yeah, why you no take? Are you already... Oh, you've already got mysterious energy crystals. So if I take these, then yeah, then now this train has automated fuel from the source, which is kind of nice. And there's also going to be a train here. So if I just do that, then I've now fueled 2 trains. And then there's this third train down here that I'm not going to worry about yet. We're walking away from this problem. That'll be something to have to deal with later. Let's get over to the green chips, and then we can think about techs. Where are green chips? Green chips are just here. Yeah, basic train plan is a mess. Yeah, techs we want to do. I'm kind of running low on techs that need... Yeah, the techs that don't need purple science, and purple science isn't actually running yet. But personal battery 2, definitely going to be a thing at some point. Speed module 2, definitely going to be a thing at some point. Other fancy modules, almost certainly going to be a thing. I think the other thing that I want is, yeah, this oil processing has something called highly advanced oil processing. And I have run no math on this. I haven't even looked at what it does specifically yet. But this is probably going to be better than advanced oil processing, so we should probably have that. We've also got another way of making sulfur. We've got, you know, more kerosene stuff. We've got some other kerosene-based rocket fuel recipes. Okay, whatever. The one I did see, which caught my attention, was... Is it this carbon one? Yeah. This carbon-enriched kerosene separation lets me process kerosene into stuff that will give me acid, and heavy oil, which I can break down into other things that do acid stuff, or like plastic or light oil for solid fuel or whatever. No desulfurized kerosene. So I think that's going to be a big deal as well, because currently the only thing I have to do with desulfurized kerosene is turn it into train fuel, and this completely skips the desulfurized kerosene part. It's just kerosene into useful stuff. I probably want some train fuel as well at some point, but that's just going to be, you know, the variety of different things we do with it. I think this... Yeah, this highly advanced oil processing does give me kerosene back, so I will need something like this thing, I think, as one of the options. We're probably going to get all of them and figure out what they're good for, but this one looks like it's a good way of turning that kerosene I'm getting into acid, which I probably need a lot of, and then just other normal parts, and also... Getting into heavy oil, I guess, is good if I'm going to prod mod and beacon everything and do a lot of cracking, because at least the cracking I can prod mod, but those are going to be ticks that we're going to... Wait, what is this? This is the advanced upgrade thing that lets me turn stone quarries into even better stone quarries that have a crafting speed of 2 and the same pollution. That's a big deal. We're going to get that. I don't think I can make... I almost certainly can't make all the things that I need for that yet, but it sounds like... Because this has crafting speed to pollution 20 per minute. Let's come back to this after we've plugged in the rest of the purple science, because that's also a thing that we need to do, and that the stone quarries are very much on the next list of things to do, but we don't need to worry about them yet. So... Take this map, because we're just going to ride this train. Is this... Oh, this isn't even set up. No wonder things aren't happy. I guess I've never actually... Yeah, I don't think I've used the green chips for anything yet, have I? So that's at least set up. Okay, so we're going to ride this train back to the... Yeah, how many... I think I've only got one station that's requesting green chips, which is the one at... I can give it the mysterious crystals. Yeah, this is... We're going back to the purple science? Yeah, this is where we wanted to go. This is fine. It doesn't have a long-term fuel plan, but whatever. So yeah, so we're making a lot of stuff. Trains are kind of slow. We do need to eventually get around to upgrading the trains, but I don't think we're going to do that for a while yet either. I think we've got a lot of other things to do. We just need to make purple science go, which mostly means getting these trains into position. All the unloading is done. We've got one of the classic Factorio soundtrack items kicking in to help us at about this point. But we need to basically plug this belt in, which is going to turn on the things that will make all of our steel furnaces, electric furnaces, and then these belts here. But let's do some other stuff slightly before that, because I do remember saying that, I think I said, this is more prod mods than I need, but I also don't have any splitters. Cool. I've got some... Can I... Yeah. I can actually just handcraft these with all of the iron that I've got sitting around. Yeah, so this is... I think this is more prod mods than I need. We're going to use this partly to just kick these into the build, into the purple science, but then also... I've just noticed I've got one bot still. We'll have some small amount of them that we'll just put in the network that the base will be able to use. I don't want the bot in my inventory. So that's... This one here doesn't need to be here, does it? Yeah. So that's, you know, we've got prod mods automated into purple science. We've also got the I think I should do the same with the electric furnaces. Can I... If I do that... This is kind of more of a buffer. But I want to check that these end up on the correct side of the belt. And yes, this is going on the right side of the belt, because otherwise it would be putting it on the prod mod side. So this is going to give us electric furnaces in the logistics network. It's going to give us prod mods in the logistics network. All these things are hooked up by train, and now we actually just have to make this work, which is mostly, at least partly, plugging those belts together. And then, yeah, this kind of spaghetti happened in between episodes. That's fine. I also handcrafted these substations, didn't I? Okay, that kind of did not expect that to perfectly line up in exactly the way that it did. I don't think I want any of these things at this point, because they just don't need to be here. But what we do need is, I need one of these big power poles, like here, I guess, so that it will actually connect to the substation. And then hopefully, if all these things have been plugged in correctly, then we start making purple science once this power pole arrives, and all these things start going, I guess. And then we put it in here, which goes on this train. I don't think there's ever a situation where I want that much purple science, or even expect to have that much purple science. Let's also unbond these boxes, because they don't matter. Oh yeah, I've got the train, don't I? The train stop. This is still only going to have train number 1. This purple science. I think these trains are going to run differently, because if there's something I like, that's also bad, it's mixed train paradigms on the same rail network. So we've got some of these rail stations that will turn themselves off if they've got enough stuff, and then we're going to have other rail stations that just never turn themselves off, and we'll schedule the trains differently and try and make that not all break, which is cool. So yeah, so we can have a train here and here. Do I have fuel to give this thing? You can have that fuel. And yeah, so I saw some of this was running. Do we have... Yeah, we have purple science being made. All of these things are kind of waiting on rail, but mostly doing what we want. I don't think I need all these beacons at this point. I just don't think I have the materials Like, it's good to know that those beacons will go there later, but I just don't think I have the materials to justify having that many beacons on this at the moment. And, oh wait, the other fairly important thing is I reckon we want to limit... Yeah, we want to limit all of these intermediate boxes to 2 stacks, or yeah, 1 stack each, because these are not supposed to be a giant buffer of rails. These are just supposed to be, here's a way of jumping rail from the rail machine to the purple science machine with enough of a gap in between that I can beacon a bunch of stuff. That's what that's about. That being said, I reckon down here we have a decent stash. So that's a decent stash and that's a decent stash, because now with automated rail, which I hope this is, like I hope this backs up, I mean it's getting a full belt of steel in, isn't it? Then what we can do is, now we're making rail again, we can go back to finishing out the rail grid, which we never actually fully built. So we can do all of that to here. It's going to destroy some trees, that's fine. Let's do the bottom half as well, because, you know, bots can have jobs, it's fine. It's a bunch of jobs in the queue. Didn't I get... Yeah, that last one doesn't want to exist, because we want to be using this uranium for uranium-related stuff soon, so we want to be able to mine it rather than drive rails over it. But yeah, the rest of all of that stuff can go down, and we've got the east to do as well. But that's a decent start, and we're making purple science. We've got a 30% crafting speed boost. I was kind of expecting more. How many number of fixed sources for speed? 20%. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. We're making purple science. Things are beaconed. The power grid is still strong. That's all fine. We've made 200 purple science. I'm not going to worry about that. Mostly because the things I'm going to worry about now are, I think I'm going to be short of a variety of intermediates. Mostly stone. Oh wait, stone, steel, and also red chips. I think I'm going to be kind of short on all of those things. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, just because you know, purple science stuff. I need a lot of rails. I've also taken all of the rails out of my logistics network. That's fine. I need a lot of red chips. I need a lot of steel. Of those, I think the red chips upgrade plan is going to be... Red chips all the way over here. Yeah, the red chips upgrade plan is going to be get my purple science, research assembler 3s, make a bunch of assembler 3s, upgrade all of those dudes, and put more crobots in them, because that will get me building speed and also productivity bonuses. And then also down here, and the green chips supplying them, we're going to do the same thing for all of these, and I hope I don't get... I might get inserter bottlenecks between... Yeah, this thing doesn't look like it's stopping much, does it? If I speed everything up, I might actually need 2 inserters between the coils and chips, which would be a bit of a pain. This guy might need to go up to a stack inserter. Whatever, we'll worry about that later. That's going to be the red chips upgrade plan, or at least the first one. I think I'm going to need several. The steel upgrade plan is also pretty straightforward. We've got this like steel node over here, and then we've got another like iron patch over here, so we can just like get rid of... We can put all of this back with the blueprints later, but we can just get rid of all of these things. Get rid of all of the middle of that. These roboports on the outside will still have build range over everything in the middle, even without these 2 existing. And then we get this trusty little mining blueprint that I don't think we've used in a while. And we just, you know, mine the rest of this, because that's what mining blueprints do. And then, yeah, over here, we've got this nice little pattern that does 2 lanes of steel. And if we get 2 of these, we get 4 lanes of steel, just like we have here in 2 different grids. And so, over here and can I cheekily fit this thing in, like, here? I think there might actually be space for that. That's kind of wild. So we do that, and then we also put one of the same things up. Where's the same line? The same line is here? Sure. That's not in the middle of the grid. Whatever. It'll be fine. And yeah, then I think the majority of this stitching I might do between episodes. I just wanted to check now that this is going to work, and it definitely looks like it will. Yeah, because this is in fact enough space, and then this belt we can run from here through here. I think this fits through here. Yeah, it does. Cool. And then onto the inside of this belt. And now this is going to be a nearly full belt of steel once we also do like the input weaving here from all of this stuff. Actually, how many miners is this? 142 miners? Yeah, that's a lot more than I needed, even after some of these start dying. If I'm expecting 4 belts of iron ore, that would nominally be, what, 120 iron miners, and I've got mining productivity 2, so this is actually, I only need 100 miners here, and I've got 140, so I'm going to have spare ore there as well, which is kind of nice. I did want an iron ore station for other things, so I think what I might also do at this point is, yeah, here's a nice station. We're going to take one of these, and because there's enough space in this grid here, we're going to make that be, I don't know that bots are supposed to be here, isn't it? Yeah, we're going to have an iron ore station for stuff, and then we're going to have 4 lanes of iron getting turned into steel, all powered by this patch here, so that's pretty cool. And I think the transport plan for that is we'll just run this down the inside here, and yeah, another belt in here or something can just like go into the same steel station, and we'll just double our steel production, so that'll be nice. That's the steel plan. So Red Chip's plan, we at least have a plan. What are you guys short on? You guys short on, oh, you're not short on anything, you're just short on getting everything done. Maybe I could have modded it harder. Do I have anything you want? Oh, I have rail. Don't think I want rail at this point, so we'll give it a that. Yeah, so we've got at least a plan for Red Chips. Actually, do we? Let's actually just tack on. Yeah, let's get rid of this thing. I don't think I'm going to be in any position. Like, I like that. I want it. I just don't think I'm going to be in any position to build these things, because the module cores, is this where I find out how to make module cores? Yeah, take module frames, and module frames take LDS and more circuits, and it's just stuff I don't actually have in the scale I need yet, whereas I do want the automation 3, because that's how, yeah, that's my plan for extending the red chips. And I should also extend purple science at the same time, shouldn't I? Yeah, so this takes 1,500 purple science, so I don't really need to worry about trying to move this train anywhere until I've got, well, because I've got an 8% bonus in the lab, so maybe 1,400 science. Also, given that I'm already thinking about which assemblers get upgraded, these ones definitely get upgraded. So yeah, so Red Chip's plan revolves around getting more of this stuff. Steel plan I can hack together between episodes. The stone plan is going to be the one that is going to require a bit more stuff, which is what we're going to deal with. Actually, I should decide where this is going. Probably is going to take quite a bit of time to sort out, because yeah, so I want to start at a place that has kind of 4 cells free, because I think this is going to take up quite a bit of space. But I do have, I mean, I've got a lot of space now. That bit is fine. Do I have a lot of, I could also, there's oil and stuff in the way. Maybe here. There are no stations on the outside there. Maybe here. We'll see. But I think yeah, also here as well. I think we're gonna start over here. I think this, yeah, this section here is where we're gonna attempt to address our stone problem. And we're here already. That's nice. Because the thing about stone is I don't have any more stone patches on the map, but I do have, I don't know if I have any of them in my inventory, so this is going to be how we find out whether I have any of these stone quarries in my inventory, and I do not. Yeah, I want a lot of these things, which I can put anywhere. They require drill bits, which I have to manufacture, and they don't give us stone, but they give us this kind of rock lump. What is it actually called? Rock fragment, which I can turn into stone. There are ways to turn rock fragments into stone, and that's going to be the answer to my stone problem, I think. Although, yeah, let's not understate the scale of this stone problem. I need stone for the purple science. Need a lot of stone there. Furnaces and rail, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, these belts need to be upgraded before this is actually doing full throughput. But also, I am still getting a full belt of stone here. So I'm happy that I'm making like enough at a somewhat decent rate. And also these guys are backed up, so whatever. The aluminium is also stone, which is dead. So I definitely need more stone there. Yeah, fortunately I have enough composites at the moment. The composites are also stone, which are not so unhappy. They've still got stone. They've still got composites. But yeah, this is also my red chips. Also, the red chips are being entirely made from this kind of not junk but like bonus ore. That's also stone. That's the plastic node that we put together last time. Yeah, the aluminium is just also stone. This train station is off. Yeah, there's a lot of things that need stone. Oh, also the is this the fiberglass? That's not the fiberglass. The fiberglass here is also mostly stone, and I need that stone. The titanium and the rich water, where is that node? It's over here. It's this one. Yeah, the titanium, and the crystals that I'm getting, which are currently the crystals supplied for most of the base, also the beacons, also the rich water. All this stuff is also powered by stone. So I need a lot of this, and I do not have that much stone coming off the map at the moment. The interesting quirk about this is, I'm pretty sure bots have at least a couple of these. Do they have... Yeah, they're not complaining... Yeah, they're complaining about not having a train station. They're not complaining about not having this. This thing needs drill bits to run. Where are the... Yeah, these drill bits. These drill bits are based on titanium and fiberglass, both of which I have, but both of which are made from stone. So this structure is kind of a cool way of taking some stone and turning it into more stone. But if ever I run out of stone, then everything could back up in a fairly tragic way. But I think, is this where I want to start? Sure, we can start here. I think the first thing I want is I want to find... Yeah, this kind of train station here, in fact. So we're going to train in some fiberglass, like, without loss of generality, like, not quite there, actually. This way? Yeah, we're going to train in some fiberglass to here. This is going to be the fiberglass combinator, yes. Let's also get a train, which we can't copy all of this in one go, because this train station for the setup is on the other side of this grid. But that's where that wants to go. And then we want to wire this thing here. And then it doesn't actually have the boxes yet. The bots will bring those later. So this is now... Yeah, so now we've got a train bringing us titanium, which is cool. That's going to necessarily be a thing. The next thing we want is all of this thing again. And I think I have the worst possible version of this train station layout in mind, which I'm actually pretty happy about. Yeah, so we got did I say fiberglass or titanium? Well, we got titanium. I want both of them, right? So this drills thing, where's the drills thing? Needs both, and doesn't actually need them too quickly. This is all kind of slow, and also these drilling machines don't use the drill bits too fast. I reckon I can get away with not very much of this. But yeah, so I've got the titanium, now I need the fiberglass, which is... Here's the combinator. There, and then the train station is this one. And hopefully this also just brings me... Yeah, that's the right place. That was not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Hopefully this will now bring me... fiberglass, yeah. Request fiberglass. Fiberglass less than the limit. Train is moving. Okay. Because I think that the quite disastrous thing I want to do here, which might be the worst version of the train stations, is if I just do that. Yeah, so the thing that's bad about these train stations is, besides them being on the grid and blocking everything else, usually you want to balance how you're offloading the wagons so that you can get everything off quickly enough without one wagon like lagging behind and blocking your offload rate. In this case, this is set up so that the last wagon followed by the second to last wagon followed by each wagon in sequence up to the front will offload. I mean, they'll all have space to offload completely, but the way in which I'll use these, like the boxes by the first wagon will be used last, but that's also the boxes that are connected to the combinator that controls whether or not the station is active. So yeah, this is kind of a hideous setup where I'll empty the boxes from the front, or from the back to the front, and then call another train. But then this is also going onto the inside of another belt, which will then also be the same thing for a different resource in the other station. And then we're going to have a bunch of these things. I haven't even thought about how many. I've got these, don't I? Yeah. That then we make drills. That's what that's about. We want to make drills, and then we want to go back this way. Give me this thing back. Is that right? Yeah, I think so, because I want to get... The plan here is... That overlaps, so that's one square. So I want something like this, so that I can have inserters getting the rock fragments out and also putting the drills in. And I kind of want to see if I can get 4x4 in this grid, and I'm not going to be able to, am I? This is just taking up too much space. Yeah, I can barely fit 3 in there, which is not super making me happy. If I can't get 4x4, can I at least get 3x3? That one doesn't fit there. This one won't fit there because it has to move back, or it could move to the side, and I do have some space to go to the side. So if I have one, say, yeah, if the bottom ones are lined up here, then all of these ones can be lined up here. That's actually, yeah, I don't need to move them that far forward, so we can come back a little bit. These are... Yeah, I reckon that's a decent spot. So we've got 9 of these things. Yeah, and I think I wanted 20 of these things, because I think I brain mathed a bunch of this a while ago, and maybe I can remember how this shakes out, maybe I can't. Where are these? So these things have crafting speed of 1. Yeah, then yeah, that was the thing we we're going to talk about. The technical. Let's do this bit first. These things have a crafting speed of 1. And then the rocks they spit out have a 1.5 second recipe, which means if I have 10 of these things, 10 of these stone mining drills, that's going to be, no, other way around. If I have 15 of these mining drills, I get 10 items a second. So if I want 15 a second to fill a yellow belt, I will need 15 plus half of 15, which is a total of 22 and a half. Yeah, so 22 and a half of these things will be enough to fill a yellow belt of stone things. And then I think I decided with the recipe that I wanted to use, these things are about 6 stone each. So that would be about 6 belts of stone, which is like a decent amount. Adding another 6 belts of stone to the base would be a big deal. If I can figure out how to get 20 of these, and I've got like this, we're going into the other space below as well, so maybe we can make that fit. Yeah, because we're going through here with these as well. That's all kind of ugly and slightly off, isn't it? It could go one tile to the left and line up slightly better with the power poles, but also whatever. Yeah, so the plan of these things is we're going to go across here. These things, don't remember how... Yeah, I kind of want bots to get around to building some of these things. Are they complaining about... They're complaining about not having 4 of them, which means I've at least got 5 on the way. And I'm complaining about not having efficiency modules. I guess... Yeah, because I did drop all the mines out to the other side, didn't I? Because if I do... Yeah, this guy's about to bring me one. Thank you. You are now my favourite bot. I can't tell which of you were anymore, but that's fine. These guys... Yeah, fueled with drills. 1.5 second crafting time. Oh, that's right, because they don't use power. They go by... Yeah, max consumption 1 megawatt. Drill counts as a fuel 80 megajoules, so actually one of these drills will last 80 seconds. Is that right? Is one of these... Let's pick up some of these drills. 80 megajoules, fuel usage... That doesn't tell me. Yeah, fuel megajoules. So I think one of these things lasts 80 seconds. I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to shake out. So do I have the right number of assemblers? Am I, like... If I'm making 20 of these things, and by making I mean I'm probably just handcrafting more of them between episodes after we get this build done. If I've got... Yeah, if one of these things needs a drill every 80 seconds, then 20 of these things will mean I need a drill every 4 seconds? And these things have a manufacturing time of 6 seconds. Which with building speed means they're taking 8 seconds. So actually if I have 2 of these, I don't think I need this one here at all. I probably have stuff in my inventory that I don't want. I probably have more drills that I don't want. I reckon this here is going to keep up with the drills I need to keep 20 of these guys happy, if I can figure out how to get 20 of them in. Because that's going to be the next thing. I think I want to do... I'm going to go... yeah, this... I'm not going to need many here, am I? I'm going to need, like, this kind of thing, because we do specifically want them to be on the inside, so that we can do inserters in and out to have these guys put the rocks on the far side, and then this one can just go like that, I guess. And then let's also figure out where power balls can go first. This one, yeah, let's just run these down, and that's actually going to do, yeah, that's going to be fine. We'll copy this thing. Actually, let's get these other inserters done as well. And I kind of don't care about where these things go, as long as they're powered somewhere, because we are running this into the next grid as well, because this is, you know, not all of the ones that, not all of these that I wanted, but we can line this up here, and then those ones don't need to exist. These ones are going to connect to the other power poles up here, so that's all fine. When all that stuff arrives, these things should all start to get stuff done. And then can I... How many of these... I'll just run over the train tracks, that's fine. Okay, so first of all, we're going to have a lot more belt coming through here, and we're going to see if we can get more of these things in here somewhere. It's not... They're lined up like so, aren't they? So the first one can go here, and then, yeah, the roboport is in the way. I could destroy the roboport, as in, I don't necessarily need the roboport there. Let's put the rest of these things in, because, yeah, so I can fit 2 more in here. That was the wrong place. There, and this actually, this looks promising, because this is in fact exactly 20 stone miners, which is the number I wanted to get, so that's pretty cool. Let's again run these things down. Where are you connecting? You're not connecting there, you are connecting there, so let's... Yeah, we're going to run all of those down to... I actually need to run them down to here, don't I? Yeah, because then we can have these things doing fairly standard little darts, and these ones are also going to... Let's not do it there, let's do it like here. It doesn't actually matter. But this is going to let me... All of these are going to line up with the underground at the top. So that there looks like it's going to get most of those guys, and then the rest of these, let's not give away all my belt. Let's do this with bots. I decided I didn't need that one, didn't I? Because I can just have this here. There's going to be a bunch of drills down here, which are going to feel sad, but I also don't think I care. They'll be fine. So yeah, so the rest of this plan is going to be we get rock fragments and then also need to stop the drills coming out, and then somehow the reason why I wanted, I didn't realize it was going to take up this much space, but bots still, yeah, okay, so bots are turning up with these power poles and stuff. The reason why I wanted 4 of these things together is because I didn't think it was going to be here. I thought it was going to be somewhere else, but we also need to figure out how these guys are... Is it this recipe? Yeah. This recipe wants to turn rock fragments into stone. And the thing is, this recipe gets out quite a lot of stone. Like, 5 stone and a chance of another random output in half a second. So this is more than half a belt of stuff coming out, as well as having multiple fluid inputs and also fluid outputs, which we're probably just going to handle like this. Like, I don't think this is where this is going, but that's going to be the rough plan of this thing. But we've got to get a lot of... How many of these do we need in? If I'm still thinking about all of this being a full yellow belt of stuff. In fact, let's actually get a belt of stuff over here first, because I haven't actually plugged the rest of these inputs and outputs in. Can I? I can waste fewer drills if I just do, because the drills are going to be on the inside. So if I do that, then this here is just going to be... That's just going to be rocks. It's going to be the rocks I want coming out of these machines, which is fine. So let's also copy that pattern again. These two together are going to be more than will fit on half a belt. So I guess instead of doing that, we go like this, and now these two are sharing either side of a belt, but it's not a full belt, and then we've got to get this row of stuff in, which I guess we just do the same pattern. And I think what I do here, I do still have a splitter. This is good. We can just go... so we'll pile everything onto the outside of this belt, and then this will just top up the other side of the belt, which will probably have space. So these two will definitely, because we've got these whole columns of things up here, will give us more than enough to fill the bottom of this belt, and then this will fill up the top of this belt, and that's probably all fine. And we've already got, we've got a ton of rock fragments drifting down here. That's cool. I wanted to keep these, didn't I? Because there might be reasons why I want a belt myself. So we've got a belt of a lot of rock fragments, probably. So now it's time to think about how all of this stuff plugs together. And I wondered about this as well, because this is going to be kind of nasty. Like, I probably want... I don't even have stack and sodas. Get me... Bots should bring me... And by bring me, I mean... Bring me... Okay, I don't need that many stack and sodas. I need a couple of stack and sodas. In particular, I'm going to need stack and sodas out for both of these, aren't I? And then probably... Because the thing is, if I'm also beaconing these guys... Can I can't prod mod. I have no idea what the gas modules are yet, but that's fine. Did I also see that bots are largely done? Does this mean that the grid to the west is done? It is. These are the assembler upgrades that we're not done yet with. Actually, how is we've got all of the purple signs. We can run the purple signs back to the base. Yeah, the thing we're going to do is, yeah, over here, we also are still waiting for the base to build the rest of the modules. That's fine. We can build the rest of the grid. This is a nice thing to keep bots busy. As if the bots needed that. This spot is going to be kind of awkward, but we can still just build... Actually, let's leave those trees for a bit. We don't need all that much grid yet. And are we even polluting that far? We are polluting this far. So this forest here we are using for its pollution absorption quality. So let's let it keep doing that. Yeah. So thinking, if I'm getting a full build of the stuff out, it's going to be tricky to figure out how to get all of these things lined up so that I'm processing everything that I need to and not running into belt issues and not running into inserted capacity bonus issues. How many of these did I... Are you guys not actually... Oh, I guess because this production is so slow that this inserter is able to grab all of them, so it's going to completely fill up this buffer all the way down to here before the next row starts to see any drills, which I'm also kind of fine with, because I've got, like, there's a lot of drills that we've kind of saved up here, and this train station is okay, still disactive, still inactive. Why is... Oh, this one is the have titanium train station doesn't have enough titanium. Where is the have titanium train station? This... Yeah, cool. Good job keeping track of things. Is this the rock problem? This is the same rock problem that I'm currently trying to solve. So that's cool. Does purple science have enough titanium? Kind of, but not a huge amount. Yeah, whatever, moving on. Yeah, because I was trying to figure out how this thing would work. And, like, could I sushi this stuff in? I think the plan that I came to that I liked is we have kind of two belts going past, and then also how do we get this thing to beacon nice? But we can get beacon range in a variety of places, but also how many of these do we need? I think, yeah, because the recipe speed of this thing is like it's what, 1.5 seconds gives me a piece of rock, which is fine, but then this thing is 3 seconds, but I get more stuff out. So if I did 8 of these, if I did 8 of these processing things, that more or less makes up... That's kind of balanced to this, except this is also... Okay, at this point, yeah, so the thing I'm thinking about now is, if I've got a full build of this stuff coming through, and by the looks of it... Okay, this is just... Yeah, it's just stuff building up, this is fine. I've got a full build of this stuff leading through. If I have... Yeah, these bots are finally bringing the stack inserters that I requested, thanks guys. I shall have these, I don't think I actually need. I shall take all of them, thank you very much. Yeah, if I have... I think the plan, the thing I was thinking about was if I have this, if I have several rows of this, like so, then all the pipes line up, which is cool. All of, like, this gives me beaconable space in between. But I think what I want to do is, instead of that, can I do... And I'm not... Okay, so this is just going to have to be straight copied, isn't it? It's going to have to go there, but then this one wants to go on the other side. Yeah, because this means that... Other than do these parts don't go there, do they? Yeah, so this belt, the inside can be rock fragments, and the outside can be stone that I want. The inside of this belt can be rock fragments, and the outside can be stone I want, and then this belt here can just be all stone I want. Except that... Yeah, and then there's still beaconable space. I think this thing here probably wants to go like so. So that this thing, oh, actually it's not stacking there, is it? It's got to go 2 back to here. Okay, so this is going to go there, and we're going to have another one of these things here. Because this means there's beaconable space here, there's also beaconable space over here, and so I can have banks of things like this tiling nicely. The problem there is that I've got this belt of stuff in, and only one, yeah, a full belt, a half belt of stone out, which is belt capacity of 3 things out, which is not good enough, because remember saying that this recipe is going to deliver us like on the order of 6 stone out plus 25% extra junk. So maybe I just do, if I do, I mean, this is kind of concise enough to also just go like if we just did this, maybe this is the play. Because this means, yeah, this beaconable space, beaconable, something else like that. I don't know if I want it going exactly there, though. I think, can we put this, and I don't know if this is actually what I want to do, but this might be close enough that we'll go, yeah, that's cool, and not worry about it. Let's give ourselves, actually, let's drag this down to the, like, a bit more to the bottom of the grid, because we're not super running low on space. But the thing that I'm looking at, which is, yeah, this is more of these guys than I need. But the issue is that there's a lot of other things that I need to fit in here as these things inputs. Like, I either need to, I think I was considering, so I've either got to, so I definitely need a station for the stone. I've also got to, at the end of each of these belts, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4 belts of output, which is already, yeah, this is not getting me up to 6 belts of output. I kind of need output space for 6 belts of output. But the other issue is where do I fit the train stations to the rest of this stuff? Because this guy needs, it needs, yeah, this whole recipe. I need to bring in water, not a whole lot of water. I don't need to bring in a whole lot of hydrofluoric acid either, which is nice. I think, can I fit a stone station here? Where's, like, generic loading station? Here's a generic loading station. This is exactly, in fact, all of this thing is exactly the station we want if we're putting it... Where is the thing? There. That, I think... Let's just commit to that as a thing we're doing. And, yeah, where is... This doesn't have... This is a stone station, but this does not have the combinator with it. Interesting. That means trains are probably going there the whole time. I think, does this... There's a stone station over here, right? This one does have... This, not there. This one here does have a combinator? Yes. So let's do that. And let's do... Yeah, so it's set up. It just doesn't... The other one just doesn't have a combinator actually attached to the station. Okay, cool. And then we need to... Do I have these? I have 4 of these. Can I make more of those? I just need 2 more to be able to do the circuit condition. Oh well. Is that true? That's not true, is it? Because I can get any of these things that are linked. I put them here, and then all of these boxes are linked, and then I just need myself to link this one to this guy. This is summing stone, this is checking for stone, that's all fine. I reckon the stone can go here. But then, yeah, I was contemplating making the acid on site and using the dirty water and having that go around, yeah, using the dirty water to make the fluorine, to make the hydrofluoric acid on site. I don't think we're bothering that. I think we're just bringing in that on a train, but we also need water on a train. Can I where is a water request station, and will these things actually fit? Is the question. Where's the? I'm sure. Yeah, here's a place that has water request stations. This is a water request station. Is this thing gonna fit anywhere good? Yes. That's gonna give me, like, I don't think both of these do not want to be water request. Um, so this is, yeah. In fact, this one can stay as water request. This one is going to be acid request. This is going to give us more space than we need. So do we shuffle all of these things again? And I think the dirty water output we're just going to landfill. I don't really care about dirty water that much. There's going to need to be some. I mean, bots are kind of on the way bringing all this stuff. Feel kind of bad for them, but there's also but someone was trying to bring this stuff over. This is more. Yeah, do I just do? If I do a ton of these things, maybe, because the other thing I'm thinking about is I have a full belt of this rock stuff coming out of these guys, but also I've got a small amount coming back out of these stations that I need to also, after running up here, I need to have another rock overflow belt coming back. I no longer have a splitter. I can't make a splitter. I think this is going to be, we're going to call this boring plumbing problem that I figure out between episodes. But mostly we want to get on the inside of each of these belts. Can I do this with a stack inserter then? Something like this. There, and then there, and then there. That's not true, is it? This one I guess just wants to run straight in, which is fine. And then they're going in there. This thing is, these guys have got multiple places to put their outputs. This one is going on this side, and so that's, we'll let bots build that. We'll come back to that later, also after I've handcrafted a bunch of these things. Hopefully also some of their drills are getting to other places. All the drills wandered down here and these guys didn't get in here. You're kind of silly. I guess bots might have to build your inserters. Because the other thing we want to do, which is probably, we're going to call this the last thing of the episode, because we're probably kind of close, is somewhere over here. Why can I not? Because I'm pressing the wrong button. That's a good reason. Let's go over here and collect this train and have bots bring the rest of that stuff and have, like, water start to shuffle over, and that's all kind of fine. We're going to get this train, which is currently kind of stopped. Maybe these guys are still running? Yeah, they look like they're still running. They don't look like they're low on anything yet. And I've got, 4,500 purple science. And I think this was the last of the ticks. The last of the ticks before we hit purple science. So we've got to get this thing back to a station that I kind of thought about preparing over here, but it's not actually set up yet. This one. This one is science unload question mark, which is now going to be science unload purple science, because we have purple science on a train. So that's pretty exciting. This guy's then going to go, purple science, science unload, and these aren't stations that are going to be disabled or not. These are just going to be stations that are always going to be there, and this train is going to do something different. It's going to do like 30 seconds of purple science, and then, I don't know, 1,200 seconds at the science unload, and then just go backwards and forwards between them. And when we add more science to trains, it'll just do kind of a trip between all of these places, and just do it slowly. Pick up whatever science is there. Not worry if there isn't any science there. I'll worry myself if there's no science there, and we'll end up back at the base. And we've got to figure out how to get the stuff into labs. And the way this is probably going to work is we're going to have Because that rubber port's in the way. Something that looks kind of like that is kind of the normal way of doing things. And then let's also have some of these in here. And actually do that, do these several at a time. And we're going to need to hack a bunch of stuff out the way, including this rubber port. This rubber port can go... I think this rubber port can just disappear. It's got stuff in it. Okay. Yeah, and I guess as we're here, all of... Do I even want more than... I don't think I want... So we definitely don't want that giant unloading thing. I don't even think we want any of these. I think we just want... Don't need any of these right now either. The labs are now waiting for me to get all the stuff into the build. And I think I only really need... Like, I only really need one... I only really need one chest, because one chest of science is going to be huge, and a huge amount of science, and one stack insert is going to do a vast amount of work. In fact, I think I can probably get... If I do... Yeah, if I do that, then I've now got a stack inserter's worth of purple science on a belt. Let's keep going this way. Let's just like follow this thing back and plug this into the labs. And this is also very much a thing in the scale of what even used to be here. Oh, this was the old titanium thing. Okay, sure. That's not going to be... Yeah, like that. This is very much in the thing of like this. Getting purple science back to the labs is going to be a nice thing that will end an episode. Do we have... somehow I turned all that around. That's not what I want. Yeah, bots are immediately coming to help me with this stuff, so that's cool. Just got to figure out how to get this back to the labs, which are just there. Which can do that. That was unnecessary. This is going to be a bit of spaghetti, isn't it? And... Okay, let's start at the other side, because it's actually kind of a mess on the other side. What is this? Oh, this is spare iron and copper from this build that is no longer running anything, which means it can just go. Which is great, because it means I can reuse it. Like this rubber port still has to disappear, and I'm pretty sure that, yeah, we've lost some logistics coverage in the middle or whatever. These ones want to go here and there, and then this belt here, I guess we just spaghetti this? Yeah. So if we can get the stuff onto... Yeah, this is an old buff that I don't need. So if I can get the stuff onto this belt... I mean, this is still a disaster. I think I wanted a cleaner pattern than what we're doing at the moment. This might get revisited later, but also the labs might not stay here later. That's probably fine. Overall, if bots can bring in these bits of belt, then I believe... Can we even see... Oh, yeah, you're just waiting on these things. Cool. Good job. Why is this iron... Why is this completely stopped? Oh, because this iron request station is full. Okay, sure. I guess no one needs iron. What is this? This is not a crystals anything yet, is it? Because the crystals for the main base are still being provided by the other build. Oh yeah, that's a thing that I wanted to check. Can the normal vanilla trains use the fancy train fuel? That's a thing that we're going to check while we're here, because they've got this train fuel source. Can you in fact cannot use the fancy train fuel, so we've got to upgrade the trains before that fuel is viable at all, which is a nice thing to know. Yeah, we're just not going to deal with that yet. Yeah, you have that fuel. That one's going the wrong way. These ones are all... Yeah, okay. So we should have purple science on a belt. This belt should, at this point, I mean, bots should have done enough to run this stuff back to the labs. Um, no one's... Oh, people are complaining about not having silos, and then also, yeah, not having stuff. I'm pretty sure I handcrafted all of that, so... yeah, I've got a lot of these things. I've got some train stops. I've got a lot of silos. I don't know what else bots were complaining about, but that was going to be some of it. Yeah, assembler threes, stone miners, which I don't have yet. The other thing I was going to do while we're waiting for that purple science to make its way over here, which is going to be pretty exciting, and we're going to wait to see that happen, is I'm pretty sure solar can go somewhere as well. I should probably have some amount of solar. Yeah, I've got enough for like another 2 nodes of solar. So where can we put some where is this is probably a space that I'm not using for anything because it's already kind of hemmed in by a bunch of stations on the other side around it. So we can put some solar here. We will not be using that space for builds. And then where else can we put? Maybe either side of this thing. I don't know what I'm doing with those yet. The where that's got a bunch of trees in it. Over here has a radar in the way. Um, maybe I reckon down here. I reckon I put some more solar of this shape, and then having messed around with all of that. Does this fit here? Yes. Hopefully at this point, yeah. Purple science in labs. A bit of a buffer, not much of a buffer of blue science, but whatever. Purple science in labs. This should be enough purple science to run us through all of Automation 3. We have a non-zero percentage of Automation 3, so that's pretty fantastic. And yeah, that's where we're going to call the episode. Purple science is a thing, working towards Automation 3. I think I should have a bunch of speed modules in here as well. Yeah, a lot of speed modules to actually... Yeah, we're going to need more... Was that actually a speed module? That was an efficiency module, which I also need, actually. I'm going to need all these kind of modules. I've got mining to do, I've got more progmos to put in assembler 3s when I get them, I need the speed modules to make assembler 3s when I get them. So yeah, then there's also the big stone mining drills to handcraft. There's a couple of things to do between episodes, but I think we're pretty good. We got a lot of happy labs, we got purple science, we got text going. Yeah. Just don't worry about the lack of stone yet.